My precious child, pause right here, right now. Still your hands. Slow your breath. Look no further than these words. This is not a passing moment or a random scroll. This is a scheduled encounter. You didn't find this message by chance. I guided your steps here today at this very moment because there is something I must say, and you are finally in a posture to hear it. Listen closely. Do not ignore this message. Do not dismiss it as mere chance or coincidence. I have been holding this in, waiting for the perfect hour to whisper what your weary heart longed to know but feared to believe. I did not forget you. I called you back because you're ready. My beloved child, I want you to feel the weight and warmth of those words. I did not forget you. I did not misplace your prayers, mishear your cries, or misread your story. I have known every hour, counted every step, and timed this meeting with more care than you have ever given anything in your life. This is a divine intersection of destiny. This was placed on your path by my own hand, so you would not miss it when the time arrived. Breathe, child. Let the rush drain away. Set down the noise, the hurry, the second-guessing. Make room right now for my voice. For the next few minutes, everything else can wait. Your questions can wait. Your chores can wait. Your scrolling can wait. You, my precious one, cannot afford to rush past what I scheduled to heal your heart and set your steps straight again. I know the doubts whisper, it's just a coincidence. I know the cynicism says, nothing will change. But I say to you with the authority that created time itself, I ordered this moment for you. I knew exactly when you would be ready today, at this very moment, to hear what I have kept for you. Had you come before, you would have nodded and moved on. But now something in you is listening. Now your spirit is attentive. Now you are ready to receive. Hear me. Your obedience in this moment will unlock the miracles I have prepared for you. Not tomorrow, not eventually. This is the door. This is the turning point. Keep your heart open. Keep your eyes on me. I am near to you right now, nearer than your breath, nearer than your next thought, and I am not here to scold you, but to steady you, to guide you, and to call you back into the life that has been waiting for your yes. I say it again so you will not miss it. I did not forget you. I called you back. I called you back because you're ready to hear, ready to trust, ready to respond. Within these words lies the beginning of a path I will unfold step by step. Do not demand the ending yet. Receive the invitation now. All I ask in this moment is your attention and your agreement. Say in your heart, I am listening. Say with your will, I will not rush away. My dear one, you are mine. You are not late. You are not overlooked. You have arrived exactly when I appointed. Let this truth settle like a calm over the storm inside you. This was scheduled for you. Stay with me. Keep breathing. Keep listening. The next thing I say will meet you where you are and lead you where you are meant to go. My precious child, I see you exactly where you are. I saw everything you hid. I saw the way you kept moving when your strength was thin as a thread. I saw the smile you wore so others would not worry, even when your own heart was aching. I saw the disappointments that stacked like unanswered letters, the dreams you folded and slid into the back of a drawer, the plans you shelved because timing never seemed to line up. I saw the nights your thoughts spiraled, circling the same fears until the clock mocked you with another hour lost. I saw the quiet prayers that never left your lips as words but rose from your chest as tears. I saw the fatigue in your bones, the heaviness behind your eyes, the way you said, "I'm fine," to protect a hope that felt too fragile to touch. Listen closely, beloved, not one tear fell unseen, not one sigh drifted into nothing. I heard every whisper, I counted every ache, I held every question you were afraid to ask out loud. Why not me? Did I miss my chance? Did you move on without me? I know the way those questions echo in a room after everyone else has gone to sleep. I know the sting of celebrating others while wondering if you were forgotten. I know the quiet shame of comparing your pace to another's highlight reel. Child, I was there in each moment you thought you stood alone. I was not distant. I was holding you together. I heard, I saw, I stayed, I carried. Hear the rhythm of my faithfulness over the noise of your fear. I heard the prayer you prayed with your hands open over an empty table. I saw the text you deleted instead of lashing back. I stayed with you in the long commute where your mind replayed mistakes. I carried you when your courage slipped and your heart felt too tired to believe again. When the words tangled and you could only breathe, I took that breath as a prayer and placed it before me. When you were gentle with someone who did not deserve your gentleness, I wrote it down as worship. When you showed up again, late to hope, early to help, I was proud of you. Yes, proud. Not because you hid your pain well, but because you kept choosing love in the dark. My dear one, the exhaustion you feel is real. The confusion is real. The longing is real. And none of it disqualifies you from what I have for you. Your tears do not make you weak. They testify that your heart is still alive. Your questions do not offend me. They are proof that you desire truth. Your weariness does not push me away. It draws me near as I lift the weight you were never meant to carry alone. Let shame release its grip now. You have not failed me by being human. You have not disappointed me by needing time to heal. I am not measuring you against a timeline you were never asked to run. I am measuring you by my love, and my love is not running out. I watched you budget hope like a dwindling resource, saving a little for later in case I took too long. I watched you scroll past celebrations because the ache in your chest felt too sharp. I watched you take the smaller seat, the quieter voice, because you didn't want to demand what you weren't sure you deserved. Child, I call you worthy. I call you loved. I call you mine. Worthy not because of your flawless days, but because I set my name upon you. Loved not because you earned it, but because I chose you before you ever chose me. Mine not by accident, but by intention and covenant. I remember the hour you clutched your phone and whispered, "Please, just one sign." I remember the morning you stared out the window and wondered if moving on meant giving up. I remember the moment you thought, maybe I heard wrong, maybe he forgot me. And I leaned in, closer than your breath, and I did not flinch at your doubt. I did not withdraw at your frustration. I did not cross my arms and wait for you to get it together. I wrapped you in a patience you didn't feel, and a mercy you couldn't see. Even in your silence toward me, I kept speaking life over you. Even in your numbness, I was working tenderness back into your heart. Hear me. I have been gentle with your fragility and fierce against what tried to break you. I shielded you in seasons you mistook for emptiness. I fed you in ways that did not look like provision. I answered prayers you forgot you prayed by protecting the parts of you that needed time to grow. What you carried alone in your mind, I carried with you in my hands. What you hid behind your practiced smile, I named and held without judgment. What you thought was too messy for me, I entered without hesitation. Breathe, child. Let me say it plainly so it settles. Nothing you endured was unseen or unloved. I was with you, steady, patient, attentive, in the very places you thought I would avoid. I did not look away from the late-night spirals. I did not ignore the unanswered messages, the unopened doors, the quiet endurance no one applauded. I was beside you when you swallowed your words to keep the peace. I was beside you when you told the truth and paid the price. I was beside you when you chose to get up again. And I know there were days it felt like distance. I know you wondered why my voice seemed quiet while your fears were loud. I know you wondered if my silence meant absence, if delay meant denial. Hold this now like a warm light in your hands. Distance was not abandonment. The quiet was not neglect. Even in the hush, I was closer than ever, guarding what I planted in you, guiding what you could not yet see. Stay with me, beloved. In the very places you felt alone, I will show you how I never left. My precious child, listen closely, about the quiet you lived through, about the stretch of days that felt like I turned my face away. Receive this truth now. What you called silence was shelter. What you named neglect was a shield around your life. What you interpreted as rejection was my redirection, keeping you from paths that would have drained you dry before you ever reached the promise you were praying for. I closed doors you begged me to open because on the other side of them were rooms filled with smoke you could not breathe and contracts that would have rewritten who you are. I let certain people walk away, not because you were unlovable, but because their presence would have dimmed the fire I placed inside you. I halted opportunities that glittered not to punish you, but because their cost was higher than you could afford, and their pace would have swallowed your peace. Child, I was not absent. I was guarding you from arrangements that would have rearranged you in ways you wouldn't recognize when the mirror told you the truth. Hear me. Had I given you what you wanted when you first asked, the weight of it would have pressed down on foundations not yet cured. A platform too early would have made you a target before you learned the rhythm of refuge. Money too soon would have agreed with your fear and taught you to trust numbers more than my name. A relationship out of season would have become your source, your God, your constant ache and your quiet compromise. Doors can be gifts, but they can also be traps if you rush them. I was never late. I was wise. I hid you on purpose. I tucked you into ordinary days where no one clapped because applause would have intoxicated your hunger and seduced you away from the steady work of being whole. I let your calendar look empty because I was filling your interior life, teaching you to hear my whisper over the thunder of everyone else's opinions. I trained your hands in small faithfulness so that when larger assignments arrived, excellence would be muscle memory and humility would be your instinct. I grew roots where no eye could see, so that storms could come and your life would not topple under gifts you were finally strong enough to carry. You prayed for scale, and I answered with structure. You prayed for speed, and I answered with stamina. You prayed for signs, and I answered with sight, the kind that discerns wolves in opportunities and finds me in the slow work of unseen days. I did not refuse you. I reformed you. I reshaped your asks until they could bless you and not break you. I taught you boundaries so that blessing would not become bondage. I taught you to say no so that your yes would be sacred again. There are truths I held back from you, not to tease you, but to protect you from the weight of revelation before you had shoulders to bear it. If I had mapped out every turn, you would have tried to drive ahead of me. If I had shown you the faces who would fail you, you would have armored your heart against love. If I had shown you the scale of what I planned, anxiety would have negotiated you into something smaller, because fear always prices destiny below its value. So I told you what you needed for the day you were in. I gave you daily bread, not tomorrow's barn. I let mystery be the cocoon where your trust could grow wings. Child, do you see it now? The no was a shelter. The not yet was an oxygen mask. The pause was me steadying your breath while the room changed around you. I redirected your steps from paths that promised quick applause but hid long detours. I kept you from tables where charm was currency and truth was too expensive to speak. I rescued you from the flattery that flatters only to feed on you. I was not punishing you, I was preserving you. I know the ache of waiting burned like a question you couldn't put down. I know it made you wonder if everyone else had the secret passage and you were left in the hallway. But I was with you in that hallway, fitting you for the door you were actually made to walk through. I was teaching you to travel light, to lay down the fear of man, to prefer my timing over your timeline. I was restoring honesty to your yes and cleansing your I'm fine until it became I trust you even here. Breathe, beloved. Let this settle like oil on the friction inside your chest. You were never overlooked. You were overseen, not ignored, guarded, not abandoned, apprenticed. I set watch over the garden of your life, because there were seeds in you that had to sprout in darkness before they could endure the light. Fruit picked too early is pretty on the outside and bitter at the center. I was waiting for sweetness to ripen in you, patience, discernment, mercy for others, mercy for yourself, so that when the harvest came, it would nourish and not merely impress. Now, hear my heart in this. Preparation has matured. The winter did its work. The scaffolding I put around your life can come down because what was fragile has strengthened, what was scattered has gathered, and what was shallow has deepened. The quiet you resented has become the quiet you carry, the inner stillness that no crowd can disrupt and no storm can steal. You asked me for answers. I gave you anchoring. You asked me for an open door. I made you into one, so that wherever you go, my peace, my wisdom, and my presence move through you. Do not curse the years that kept you safe. Bless them. Bless the closed doors. Bless the ones who left. Bless the jobs that didn't call back, the messages that never came, the plans that fell through, the risk you weren't released to take. All of it was me building a life you wouldn't have settled for if I had let you grasp the first glittering thing that passed by. Your future is secure because I have already written every chapter, and I refuse to let a rushed paragraph distort the story. Stay with me, child. We are not looking back to relive disappointment. We are looking back to reframe it, to reclaim it, to see the fingerprints of my protection where you only saw an empty page. In a moment, I will tell you what I have been holding in and why I called you back now. For today, receive this into the core of you. The silence you feared was the very strategy that kept you from breaking. I was protecting what you asked me for. I have been preparing you for what you prayed would come, and now the preparation is bearing fruit. Keep listening, keep soft, keep your yes ready. My precious child, listen closely. When I say, I called you back, I am not sending you to start over at the bottom of some staircase you already climbed with tears. I am calling you home. Home to trust. Home to intimacy. Home to the purpose that fits you like breath in your lungs. This is not a reset to your old pain. It is a return to who you are in me. I am not erasing your story. I am restoring your center. You are not repeating a failed grade. You are returning to the place where your name, your assignment, and your peace align. I know what other voices tried to make you believe. People said you were too late, too sensitive, too intense, too much. Failure whispered, "This proves you're not cut out for it." Fear concluded, "Protect yourself, stay small, settle." Shame kept repeating, "You missed it, you're on the outside now." Hear me now with the clarity of a bell in the morning air. I overrule those verdicts, I overturn those sentences, I cancel those labels. I am the one who defines you, and I am speaking over you again so the echo of my truth will outlast every lie that rehearsed itself in your mind. You are not too late. You are not too broken. You are not forgotten. You are not on probation. You are not disqualified. You are not behind. You are mine. This callback is not a backward motion. It is a return to alignment. It is me lifting the fog so you can remember you have always belonged to me, and belonging is where you do your best living. Child, hear the names I give you because my voice names reality. I call you chosen, I call you worthy, I call you loved, I call you clean, I call you steady, I call you sent, I call you mine, I call you ready. Let each name press into the places that forgot who they were. Let each one stand like a guard at the door of your thoughts. I call you chosen, not as a consolation, but as intention. I call you worthy, not by merit, but by my mercy. I call you mine, not by accident, but by covenant. I call you ready, not because you perfected yourself, but because your heart is willing to be led. Do not mistake readiness for flawlessness. Readiness is not having every answer. It is choosing my voice over every other. Readiness is not the absence of trembling. It is obedience that moves while the hands still shake. Readiness is not a spotless resume. It is surrendered attention, a humble heart, and a willing yes. The ones I use are the ones who listen. The ones I send are the ones who say, "Here I am." The ones I trust with doors are the ones who let me build deep roots when no one applauded. That is you. That is what the silence fashioned in you. That is why the callback comes now. My beloved child, I am bringing you back to the table you left because the questions were loud. Back to the place of prayer that once felt like home. back to the boldness you tucked away to avoid being misunderstood, back to the creativity you boxed because you feared it would be mocked, back to compassion that costs something and joy that does not apologize for shining. Not back to toxic rooms, not back to old cycles, not back to the mask you wore to keep the peace at the expense of your soul. Back to me. Back to the voice that knows your name better than any algorithm, any memory, any critic. Remember how you used to trust me with simple things? I am calling you back to that simplicity. Remember the nearness you felt when the world was loud, but your heart found me in the whisper. I am calling you back to that closeness. Remember purpose that felt like running in your own stride rather than contorting to earn approval. I am calling you back to that liberty. This is identity before activity. This is being before doing. This is sonship and daughterhood before assignments and outcomes. When you stand in who you are in me, you will not barter your calling for applause or cut your voice to fit someone else's comfort. There are names you carried that I never gave you: difficult, behind, mess, too much, too late, inconsistent, damaged goods. Lay them down now, let me peel them off. They were stickers, not skin. Here is what I place upon you, and within you: faithful learner, patient warrior, quiet thunder, peacemaker with a spine, builder of bridges, keeper of sacred fire, bearer of my presence. These are not flattery, they are function. They are who you are when you are near me. Listen, child. The opinions that wounded you were not architects of your destiny. The failure that tried to rename you was a chapter, not the title. The fear that taught you to shrink has no jurisdiction in the room I'm leading you into. My declaration is final. My naming is permanent. My seal remains. Your future is not at the mercy of your critics, your calendar, or your last mistake. Your future is secure because I have already written every chapter, and I am calling you back to read from the page where your true name appears. Breathe. Let your shoulders drop. Receive this. You do not have to hustle for belonging. You already belong. You do not have to audition for worth. You already are worthy in me. You do not have to curate an image to be accepted. I accept you in truth, and truth is what sets you free. Freedom looks like answering to my voice first. Freedom looks like letting go of the costume of competence and standing honest, available, and teachable. That posture is what I call readiness. So when I say, I called you back, hear it as a key, turning in a familiar door. Hear it as me lighting the lamp and setting a place for you at the table. Hear it as the robe over your shoulders, the ring on your hand, the sandals for your feet. Hear it as the end of the wandering and the resuming of your name. You are not starting from zero. You are starting from me, from peace, from identity, from the foundation I fortified in the quiet. Keep listening, beloved. Your yes in this moment matters. Hold it before me like an open palm. Say in your heart, I am who you say I am. I'm home. From here I will show you what is next, and why I waited until now to call you back. You will see that I do not waste identity. I build upon it. And because you are mine and you are ready, the way forward will not crush you. It will crown you. My precious child, listen closely now. Here is what I have been holding in, saving for the moment your heart could receive it without racing ahead or shrinking back. I called you back now because the next season requires an anchored you, not an anxious you. I called you back now because what is coming is weighty and beautiful, and I refuse to let it crush you or crown your fears. I called you back now because you can finally carry blessing with open hands, without idolizing it, without fearing it, and without losing yourself inside it. You are ready because I have made you ready. Hear me. The change is not in my willingness. The change is in your capacity. Earlier, a yes from me would have made you chase outcomes more than my presence. Earlier, doors would have become your source and applause your oxygen. Earlier, criticism would have broken your resolve and praise would have bent your motives. But look at what the quiet has built in you. You can hear my whisper in the noise. You can sit in stillness without calling it failure. You can see opportunities and ask, is this you? Instead of, will this validate me? This is the readiness I waited for. This is the spine I set in place, tender yet unshakable. Child, listen to the strategy in my timing. I waited until you could hold what I place in your hands while keeping your heart in mine. I waited until the dream could serve love and not ego, until your gifts could bless people without binding you to their opinions. I waited until you desired me more than the outcome, until you could walk away from a glittering counterfeit with peace because you know who you are and whose you are. I waited because I love you, because I am jealous for your wholeness, because I do not trade your soul for speed. This is the deeper motive. I am not just giving you things, I am restoring alignment, heart with mind, values with calendar, calling with community, private devotion with public assignment. I am pulling your interior life into order so that peace leads your decisions, truth governs your conversations, and joy, real joy, becomes the atmosphere you carry. I am aligning your relationships so you stop rehearsing the role of rescuer where I did not assign you, and you start walking in the role of witness and builder, where I did. I am aligning your direction so the steps you take actually lead where your prayers have been pointing all along. Beloved, I am setting before you a transition. A door will open and a door will close. Both are mercy, both are my hand. The closing door will be clear. It will no longer fit, and you will no longer force it. Old cycles, unfruitful alliances, misaligned expectations, open tabs in your heart that drain your attention. I am closing them. This is not punishment, it is preservation. When I close a door, I am protecting you from a hallway that leads nowhere. Bless the closing. Let it click shut without nostalgia. When I open a door, it will carry the scent of peace and the weight of purpose. It will not require you to betray your conscience to enter. It will not rush you into pretending. It will feel like room for your soul to breathe while your faith stretches with delight. Bless the opening. Walk through it without apology. Do you feel the seriousness in my voice? The breakthrough is near, but it will be stewarded by obedience, not emotion, by surrender, not striving. Do not try to manufacture momentum. Do not perform your way into rooms I have not sent you to. Do not let adrenaline masquerade as anointing. The test of this season is simple and sacred. Will you move when I say move, and be still when I say be still? Will you let peace be the umpire of your decisions rather than pressure, panic, or people-pleasing? Will you trust my pace when opportunity knocks with a countdown? Your yes has power when it is tethered to my voice, not your feelings. I am asking you to carry influence like a lantern, not a spotlight. Steady, warm, guided by oil that comes from intimacy with me. I am asking you to carry responsibility like a river, not a dam, flowing with grace, boundaries intact, replenished by rest rather than hoarding out of fear. I am asking you to carry visibility like a window, not a mirror. Let others see through you to me, instead of making everything reflect you back to yourself. This is anchored you. This is what the wilderness taught you. This is why I called you back now. There will be pressure. Listen, there will be pressure. There will be days when voices demand urgency that I have not authored. There will be praise that tries to seduce your motives and criticism that tries to wound your courage. There will be need around you that deceives you into thinking love equals saying yes to every request. The anchored you I have formed will answer pressure with presence. You will pause. You will breathe. You will ask me, and you will obey me. Sometimes that will look like bold action. Sometimes that will look like holy restraint. In both, your peace will not be negotiated. I am also bringing alignment to your inner dialogue. The thoughts that once ran unchecked will now run through gates of truth. When insecurity whispers, "Prove yourself," you will answer, "I am already named." When fear hisses, "What if it falls apart?" you will answer, "Then I will still be held." When scarcity warns, "Take it all now," you will answer, "I live by daily bread, not by panic." This is how you will carry the next season without it breaking you, by remembering that you are carried in every season by me. Let me speak plainly about relationships. I am moving you into connections that sharpen, not drain, counsel that corrects without controlling, community that celebrates without flattering. I am bringing healing where old wounds distorted what you would allow. I am also creating distance where proximity kept you entangled in patterns you outgrew. The closing and the opening here are both mercy. Honor people. Keep your heart tender, but do not cling to what I am pruning, and do not apologize for blooming where I plant you next. And about provision, hear me. I am not teasing you with near breakthroughs. I am teaching you to steward resource with reverence. I will supply what the assignment requires. Your part is order. Put first things first. Let generosity break agreement with fear. Let simplicity free you from the hunger to impress. I am removing the panic of never enough and replacing it with the rhythm of more than enough for what I have asked. You will not hoard manna. You will gather what you need, share what I prompt, and rest in the overflow that follows obedience. Child, you asked me for clarity. I am giving you clarity, not a map of every turn, but a compass that will not fail. The pull of my peace, the witness of my spirit, the safety of wise counsel, the fruit that follows righteousness. You asked me for speed. I am giving you stride, sustainable, graced, unhurried, but unstoppable. You asked me for a sign. I am giving you a settled heart. Peace will be your proof that I am with you in the very next steps. So now here is my invitation. Hold open your hands again. Say yes again, this time not to an outcome, but to me. Agree to be led, not driven. Agree to be aligned, not scattered. Agree to carry what I give without clutching, and to release what I remove without bitterness. Agree to measure success by faithfulness, not by applause or comparison. If you will do this, if you will keep surrender as your posture and obedience as your path, I will trust you with doors that change not only your circumstances, but the lives assigned to your influence. My beloved, I called you back now because the time is ripe and your roots are deep. The season ahead is not fragile. You are not fragile. You are held. You are ready. Walk with me into the mercy of closed doors and the wonder of open ones. Keep your ear near my heart. Let peace lead your feet. And watch how restoration unfolds within you first, then around you, because you chose the anchored way. My precious child, listen closely. This is your pivot. Do not rush past it. Do not postpone it to a softer day or a clearer sky. Do not wait for another confirmation while this one sits blazing in your hands. This moment is alive. It is time-stamped by my wisdom and filled with my presence. It is perishable in the sense that its grace is for now, meant to be received now, obeyed now. Do not ignore this message. Do not dismiss it as chance. Your response in this very space will determine the weight you carry next. Hear me with tenderness and with truth. If you surrender now, clarity will rise and peace will flood your inner rooms. The fog will thin, the loop will loosen. The door I have prepared will open with less resistance than you feared. But if you harden yourself and explain away this call, if you choose delay as your comfort, you will keep circling the same mountain of second-guessing, the same valley of almost steps, the same conversations that begin with hope and end with excuses. I am not threatening you. I am directing you. I am telling you the terrain ahead based on the turn you make here. Let me name the subtle forms of resistance that pretend to be wisdom, waiting for one more sign while my voice has already pierced your heart. Child, that is not caution, that is fear, replaying the betrayal until it becomes your identity. Beloved, that is not processing, that is partnering with a wound to define you. Crafting elaborate plans so that you never need to trust me, hear me, that is not stewardship, that is control dressed up as diligence. Hiding your yes behind a prayer for more details when I have given you enough light for the next step. This is the old way, and I am calling you out of it. Ask yourself right now, with me present and kind, what are you still gripping? Is it anger that has become your armor? Is it a person you have made your source? Is it an old plan that felt safe because it was familiar? Is it a timeline you wrote for yourself that refuses to budge? Is it the need to be understood before you obey? Put it here. Name it to me. I can carry what you will not pretend about. Breathe, child. Feel your jaw unclench, your shoulders lower, your hands loosen. I am here. I am not asking you to perform. I am inviting you to yield. Your life is not a test to pass, but a relationship to trust. Your future is secure because I have already written every chapter. But the pace at which you enter the next one is shaped by your willingness to say yes when I speak. Your obedience in this moment will unlock the miracles I have prepared for you, not because I withhold to punish, but because I protect until you are ready. This is the crossroads. Will you keep managing appearances, or will you walk in truth? Will you cling to what drains you because you fear the emptiness of letting go? Or will you trust me to fill what you release? Will you continue to analyze until your courage calcifies, or will you step forward with trembling faith? I am not ashamed of your tremble. I am not annoyed by your questions. I am here to guide your yes into motion. Listen closely now. I will not leave you guessing. Here is what to do right now. Be still and speak my name. Invite me into the very place you want to control. Out loud, if you can, whisper, I surrender this to you. And then say the thing, anger, the person, the plan, the timeline, the outcome, the need to be perfectly understood. Do not say everything and hide the one piece you've always kept back. Hand me the key you keep around your neck. Then forgive, not someday, not when it feels noble. Choose it as an act of freedom. Say, I release them from my debt. Your feelings will catch up to your decision as you keep releasing, but the chain breaks at the moment of your yes. Next, bless the closed door. Stop knocking on what I shut. Do not stalk the past. Do not scroll through what I have healed you from. Let the click of closure be worship, not wound. After that, ask for the next right step, not the next 10. The next right step. I will answer with peace, not pressure. It may be a call you need to make, a message you need to delete, a meeting you need to schedule, a boundary you need to set, a project you need to put down, an application you need to submit, a room you need to leave. My peace will not bully you, it will steady you. If panic shouts a countdown, pause. That clock is not from me. Now move, before the old reasons reassemble, before the committee in your head calls a meeting. Take the step while your heart is soft and your ear is close. Small obedience is massive in my kingdom. Do not measure it by applause. Measure it by alignment. When you obey, you will feel the exchange. Weight shifting from your shoulders to mine. Worry giving way to wonder. Chaos making room for calm. Let peace be the proof. This is your pivot, beloved. A hinge does not look like the whole door, but it turns everything. Your yes is that hinge. If you resist, you will remain stuck, not because I withhold love, but because love will not force your will. If you surrender, you will move forward, not because you earned favor, but because favor flows in the river of obedience. Hold this with reverence. I am not trying to make this hard. I am making it holy. I am protecting you from another year of almost. I am preserving you from the exhaustion of carrying what I have already offered to lift. So, choose today. Here, with me, say, yes, Lord, I yield. And as you say it, prepare your heart for what comes next, because I will show you how to lay it down in order. Release, forgive, surrender, then walk. I am with you in every step of this pivot. You are not alone, and you are not late. Come. My precious child, listen closely. I will make this plain so you can practice it, not just ponder it. This is the order that unlocks the way forward. Release, forgive, surrender, then walk. Do not try to skip the first two and run straight to action. That only drags yesterday into your tomorrow dressed as productivity. Do not try to surrender what you still clutch in blame. Let me lead you step by step. I am here. I am strong enough for both of us. First, release bitterness. Bitterness is a leash to yesterday. It ties your courage to scenes that are over and demands rent from your joy. It rehearses the wound until the wound becomes your worldview. It keeps your hands full of what hurt you, so you have no room to receive what heals you. Release is not denial. Release is a transfer of weight. Put what you cannot carry anymore into my hands. Say it out loud if you can. I release the offense. I release the need to replay the conversation. I release the narrative that makes me the victim forever. I release the fantasy of a better past. Name the person. Name the moment. Name the version of yourself that froze in that place. Place them with me and bless them into my care. When the memory tries to call you back for another argument, answer it with this: I have released you into God's hands, and I will not carry you another mile. Breathe. Feel the chains slacken. You are not abandoning justice. You are refusing to let poison be your daily drink. I am the judge who sees rightly. I am the healer who binds up what still bleeds. Let me be both for you. Next, forgive without excusing. Hear me. Forgiveness is not saying, it didn't matter. It mattered. It left marks. But you will not let those marks mold you. Forgiveness does not make what was wrong right. It makes you free. It is you handing me the keys to the prison where you kept them, and where you kept yourself. When you forgive, you are not agreeing to reconcile where there is no repentance or safety. Reconciliation is a separate bridge that requires mutual truth and time. Do not force it where it would harm you. Set boundaries, keep your soul intact, honor truth, and still choose forgiveness as a gift you give your own heart. Say it now with me. I release their debt. I will not collect from them what only God can pay. I bless them into God's classroom. I choose my freedom. Also hear this. Some of you must forgive yourselves. You are not the sum of your worst day. You are not the label your failure tried to pin on you. Say, I forgive myself for what I did not know, for what fear made me do, for what pain made me postpone. I receive mercy. Forgiveness breaks chains. It does not build bridges where there should be gates. Let me teach you the difference and walk you in wisdom. Then surrender outcomes. Child, this is where anxiety has camped. You've tried to manage timing like a clockmaker and people's opinions like a press secretary. You wrote scripts for how breakthrough must appear, who validates it, which door it uses, how fast it moves, how tidy it looks, how many applaud. Lay all of that down. Say it with me. I surrender the when. I surrender the how. I surrender the who. I surrender the where. I surrender the why. Place your timeline, your metrics, your expectations, and your preferred routes on the altar of my wisdom. You are not lowering the bar. You are lifting your trust. I want more for you than you would dare to schedule. When you try to engineer outcomes, you shrink what I can do to what you can control. When you surrender, you make room for me to be God. My peace will be your pacing. My presence will be your proof. I am not late. I am precise. I am not withholding. I am protecting. Let go of the countdown that bullies you. Let go of the comparison that lies to you. Let go of the spotlight fantasy that would burn you. You will not miss what is yours when your hands are open and your heart is aligned. Finally, obey the next right step, not the next 20. not the 3-year plan. The next right step. I will make it clear in the language of peace, in the witness of my spirit, in the wisdom of counsel, and in the fruit of righteousness. For some of you, it is one call you need to make things right. For others, one apology that humbles you and heals a fracture. For some, one boundary that protects your soul. A firm no where you have been saying yes to your own depletion. For others, one habit change. Set your alarm to meet me at dawn. Delete the number that keeps baiting your weakness. Cancel the subscription that feeds your spiral. Schedule the counseling you keep postponing. Step back from the platform that dilutes your presence. Put your phone in another room and pick up the book that will renew your mind. It may be one act of courage. Submit the application. Publish the truth. Walk into the room I actually sent you to. Enroll in the class. Send the resume. Ask for the meeting. It may be one act of rest. Say no to the extra. Take the Sabbath you have been skipping. Sit in a park and let me speak without an agenda. It may be one act of generosity. Give what fear says you must grip. Bless someone quietly. Return what does not belong to you. It may be one act of return. Come back to prayer like a friend you miss. Open the journal. Open your Bible. Open your mouth in worship. Do not dramatize obedience. Do it. Tiny seeds make forests. Small hinges swing heavy doors. My beloved, you are not doing any of this alone. I am with you in the remembering and the releasing. I am with you in the forgiving and the boundary setting. I am with you in the laying down of timelines and the lifting up of hands. I am with you in the small, holy actions that look ordinary and reroute your destiny. I am strong enough for both of us. When you feel your resolve wobble, borrow mine. When your courage feels thin, lean into my chest and listen for my heartbeat. I am sending help, wisdom that arrives like a friend's text at the right moment. Strength that meets you in the morning, favor that greases the hinge of the door you must push, angels that minister to your weary places. Your obedience in this moment will unlock the miracles I have prepared for you, not because you earned them, but because surrender clears a path for them to arrive. So here we are, together. Do it in order. Release, forgive, surrender, then walk. Say it with me now. I release, I forgive, I surrender, I will walk. Let peace settle on you like a warm mantle. Feel the weight shift from your shoulders to mine. This is how breakthrough begins. In the quiet bravery of a yielded heart, taking the next right step. Keep your ear near my voice and move. I am right here. I am proud of your yes, and you are ready. My precious child, listen closely. Restoration has already begun. Before the doors swing and the phone rings and the breakthroughs post themselves in places others can see, I am restoring you. I am restoring your inner rooms, your breath, your courage, your thought patterns, your pace. This is the new season contrast you have prayed for. Sorrow is turning into joy that doesn't need a perfect day to smile. Confusion is becoming clarity that steadies your feet. Heaviness is giving way to peace that settles your shoulders, and survival is maturing into stability. Consistent, sustainable, quiet strength. Do not rush past this. The first evidence is not in headlines, it is in heartbeat. The first gift is not a changed circumstance. It is my nearness filling the space within you that used to echo with worry. Breathe, beloved. Feel the storm inside you grow quiet. I am here. I am taking the volume out of panic and turning up the song of trust. In rooms where your mind once sprinted in circles, I am laying down soft pathways of truth. Thoughts that once tangled you will run through gates now, hope, truth, and peace. You will notice you wake without bracing for impact. You will notice conversations that used to trigger old defenses now meet new gentleness. You will notice that the loneliness which shouted at you becomes a nudge to come sit with me, and you will. Peace will be the proof. Peace first, then doors. Peace first, then movement. Peace first, then miracles with roots. Now hear me speak to what you can touch and see. I am opening doors that have long felt rusted shut. Some will look like invitations that fit your values. Some will look like solutions arriving at just the right hour. Some will be the very opportunities you laid down in surrender, now being returned on my terms, not your anxiety's timeline. You will not need to force them. They will not demand you to betray your conscience to enter. They will arrive with enough light for the next step and with favor that feels like oil on hinges. No squeal, no scrape, just smooth movement under my hand. I am also bringing right connections. Listen. Relationships that align with your calling, counsel that brings wisdom without control, community that celebrates you without flattery and corrects you without shaming. Watch me weave this. I will interrupt isolation with phone calls that feel like lifelines. I will place you in rooms where your gifts bless and your soul stays intact. I will send mentors who love you enough to say, "Not that way," and peers who inspire courage instead of competition. And I will clarify where distance is mercy, no drama, just release. I am renewing your courage. The kind you thought you'd lost after disappointment took several swings at your hope. I am restoring it, but not as hype. It will be a steady courage, the kind that obeys on Monday when no one is watching, the kind that rests when rest is obedience, the kind that keeps showing up to the assignment even when applause is elsewhere. You will notice yourself taking small, brave steps you used to outsource to someday. You will notice your voice return, clearer, kinder, truer. I am healing your thinking. Patterns that used to bully you, catastrophe, comparison, scarcity, will meet new answers. When the lie says, "It's always going to fall apart," you will answer, "I am held, even here." When the lie says, "Others are ahead, you are too late," you will answer, "I'm on God's clock, and His timing is my safety." When the lie says, "You must grip or you'll have nothing," you will answer, "Open hands receive what clenched fists can't." This renewal is part of your restoration. It will be visible in your decisions. I am stabilizing your provision, not a lottery, a rhythm, daily bread that arrives on time. Wisdom to steward what I place in your hands, strategy to reduce the leaks that drained your peace, unexpected favor that meets faithfulness. You will see bills paid that once felt impossible. You will create order where there was only reaction. Generosity will become delight, not dread. Simplicity will become freedom, not lack. This is not barely get by survival. This is more than enough for what I have asked of you. Watch me teach you the holy cadence of resource. Receive, steward, share, rest. Child, I know the place that flinches. You have hoped before and been hurt. You have celebrated too early and then had to pretend you were fine when the ground moved again. You have built cautious walls around your expectations, so disappointment would find no soft places to wound. Hear me, I honor your tenderness. I am not shaming your caution. I am rebuilding trust in layers, not leaps. Stone by stone, like a wise builder, I will show you small confirmations that grow your confidence. Look for me in the near misses that turn into perfect timing. Look for me in the text that arrives right when you prayed. Look for me in the peace that shows up before the decision. Look for me in the way doors that are rung for you fall away without a fight and the right ones open without you having to beg. Celebrate progress, not perfection. Note the shift in your tone, the extra hour of sleep, the apology you could finally give, the boundary you finally held. These are not small, they are seeds. Tiny seeds make forests. Small hinges swing heavy doors. Expect me with humility. Lift your eyes for my hand, but keep your heart low before me. Rejoice when favor comes, but do not make it your oxygen. Give me praise for what changes and stay devoted when something delays. Guard your motives as I expand your influence. I am restoring purpose, not platform. Purpose looks like serving people I love, like being faithful in unseen places, like telling the truth even when it costs you rooms you could have entered. As you align with this, I will entrust you with open doors that multiply good far beyond your address. I am also restoring what you thought was too damaged to matter. Dreams you shelved because they broke your heart. I will hand them back reformed, with me at the center instead of your fear. Relationships where both parties are willing to tell the truth and walk in safety. I will mend what humility and time can handle. Creativity that went quiet under pressure, I will breathe on it again. Joy in ordinary days, I will saturate your mornings with it. Laughter in your home, I will make room for it. Hope in your headlines, I will teach you to read them with me, beside you, not alone. Hold this promise. I am not merely fixing circumstances, I am restoring you. And because I am restoring you, restoration will become visible. Others will notice and call it luck. You will know it is alignment. Others will ask for your secret. You will tell them it is surrender. Others will point to the open doors. You will point to the peace that opened them. Keep letting peace be the proof. Keep honoring the order. Release, forgive, surrender, then walk. Keep celebrating every inch of forward motion like the miracle it is. My precious child, I am near. I am working. I am restoring. Lift your head, open your hands. Watch me make all of this new, inside first, then everywhere your feet go. My precious child, listen closely. Do not rush away from this turning. Let me meet you in your very body right now. Breathe with me. Inhale slowly through your nose for 4. Hold for 4. Exhale gently for 6. Again, inhale, hold, release. Unclench your jaw. Drop your shoulders. Soften your forehead. Let your tongue rest from pressing against your teeth. Loosen your hands. Let your fingers unfurl. Feel the back of your neck lengthen. Let the weight settle into your seat. Breathe, child. You are safe with me. Hear my voice wrap around you. I am here. I have not left. I am near. I am for you. Say it with me as a gentle rhythm to your breathing. Inhale, I am here. Exhale, I have not left. Inhale, I am near. Exhale, I am for you. Again. Let these words be the soft tide that washes the edges of fear. You are not trying to find me. I have found you. You are not auditioning for peace. I am placing peace upon you like a warm mantle. My presence will steady you. Peace is not a theory. It is the evidence I am with you. Child, I saw how the enemy tried to numb you. Screens to keep you from stillness, noise to crowd out my whisper, tiredness that had no clear source. I saw how he tried to distract you with counterfeit urgencies, so you would live exhausted and call it responsible. I saw how he leaned close to say, "It's too late for you," hoping you would stop before the door I prepared. Hear me. Those schemes will not define you. I have broken the spell of too late. I have untangled the lie that busy means blessed. I am cutting the cords of numbness with my nearness. Where you felt dulled, I make you alive. Where you felt scattered, I gather you to myself. I am surrounding you with protection. Angels are assigned to you, at your doorways, on your commutes, in your meetings, around your home. I have ordered your steps so you do not walk alone into rooms I did not prepare. I am guarding your mind, setting watchmen at the gates of your thoughts, so that lies must present their ID and be turned away. My peace is your shield. Let it stand in front of panic. Let it absorb the darts of accusation. Let it deflect the what-if storms before they gather. When something tries to rush you, measure it against my peace. If it steals peace, it is not from me. If it steadies you, even as it stretches you, receive it. Peace is your proof in this very moment. Now, attend to your body again. Notice your breath deeper, slower. Notice your heart settling into a kinder rhythm. Notice your shoulders lower, not braced for impact. Notice your stomach unclenching, softening. Notice your forehead released from its furrow. Notice the space behind your eyes, clearer, like clouds moving and light coming through. Some of you will feel warmth spread across your chest. Some will feel a gentle heaviness, like a blanket that tells you to rest. Some will feel tingles in your hands as you stop clenching outcomes. Some will feel tears, unexpected but clean. Do not fear the tears. They are not weakness, they are washing. This is me, child. This is what it is like when I come close. Peace is not an idea on a page. Peace is me, present. Let the noise turn down now. Let the inner commentator take a seat. Give yourself permission to be quiet without earning the quiet. I am with you. I am not rushing you. I am not keeping a clock on your healing. I am here to make your inner rooms hospitable again, places where your thoughts can sit without shaking, where your heart can trust its own beat because it knows who holds it. Breathe again. Inhale, I am here. Exhale, I have not left. Inhale, I am near. Exhale, I am for you. When stray thoughts try to intrude, regrets rehearsing their speeches, fears waving their papers of what could go wrong, do not wrestle them. Set them outside with a sentence. Peace guards this house now. Imagine me standing at your doorway, hand raised, saying, "Not today." Imagine light filling the hallways of your mind. Imagine doors closing softly on every corridor. that once led you to panic. Hear the click. That sound is safety, not loss. That sound is me. I am whispering now, specific to you. In your spirit, you will sense one word or a short phrase rising. Steady, return, breathe, release, simplify, call, wait, write, begin, enough. Do not overanalyze it. Hold it like a seed in your palm. This is how I speak peace into motion, small, clear, kind. Write it down when you can. Let it be the candle you follow into the next right step. My peace does not push, it invites. My peace does not bully, it blesses. My peace does not vanish when circumstances wobble. It anchors you while I steady what can be steadied and remove what cannot. Receive also this decree over your nights. I am reclaiming your sleep. I will quiet the midnight replays. I will lay a soft hand on the back of your mind and ease it from vigilance into trust. Angels will stand watch so your body need not. Your dreams will be rinsed of dread and filled with counsel. You will wake without the old jolt. Morning will meet you with gentleness, and your first thought will not be brace, it will be held. My beloved child, this is not a moment you imagined. Feel the change. Feel the way your inner posture straightens without strain. Feel the sense that you are not carrying yourself. You are being carried. This is the reality you will walk in. I am here. I have not left. I am near. I am for you. Peace will be the proof in the next few moments and in the ones that follow. When you step into conversations, when you enter rooms, when you face decisions, check for my peace. If it stays with you, proceed. If it lifts, pause and ask. I am not hiding, I am guiding. Now hear me with love and with clarity. If this is you, if you feel my nearness, if you know I have interrupted your day to steady you, you will not stay silent, you will respond. Your yes matters to your own heart, and it matters to the story I am writing with you. In a moment I will invite you to make that yes public, to put weight under your agreement so your feet can follow your faith. But even now, whisper it. Say, Amen. Say, yes, Lord. Let your mouth teach your mind what your spirit already knows. I am here, I have not left. I am near, I am for you. Stay with me a few breaths longer. Unclench, drop, soften, breathe. Let peace be the proof. Let peace be the path. Let peace be the guard at your gates. My precious child, I am covering you. I am calming you. I am commissioning you from this quiet. When you rise, rise slowly, carrying what you just received. We will walk from here together. My precious child, listen closely. Now we make your yes visible. Do not rush away from what you felt. I have steadied you. Now I am asking you to stand. This is not for performance. This is for alignment. You didn't find this moment by chance. I guided your steps here because your heart is finally ready to agree out loud with what I have been whispering in the quiet. Your amen is your yes. Agreement turns this message from comfort into direction. Do not ignore this. Do not minimize it. When you put weight under your yes, your feet will follow. When you seal your agreement, your future hears you coming. Hear me. Typing amen is not a show for people. It is a seal before me. It is how you break the shell of isolation that kept you silent. It is how you tell your own soul, we are not going back. It is how you draw a line. I choose obedience over old orbit, surrender over spinning, peace over panic. It is a witness to your heart, a notice to the enemy, and an invitation to community. You have carried this privately long enough. Let your agreement breathe in public. Write it where you can write it. Say it where you can say it. Put it in the light where shame has no leverage. I will give you words to anchor this moment. Say them with me, slowly, like stakes you drive into the ground of your life. I am chosen. I am loved. I am ready. I am returning. Again, I am chosen. I am loved. I am ready. I am returning. Let your mouth teach your mind. Let your spirit hear its own courage. You are not too late. You are not too broken. You are not forgotten. You are mine, and this is your callback moment. Now, make it public. Type Amen as your yes to being called back. Type it as the sound of doors unlocking. Type it as the sound of chains falling. Type it because you are not waiting for perfect conditions to believe me. If tears are your amen, let them fall. If all you can manage is a whisper, let it be a true one. But if you can, write it boldly, amen, and let heaven, earth, and your own heart see that you agree with me. And do not keep this to yourself. Ministry is simple. Share what you have received. Send this to the one who thinks they are invisible to me. Text it to the friend who has gone quiet under the weight. Share it with the family member who believes the delay means denial. Let your yes become a ripple of rescue. I am writing a return story in you. Let the first chapter encourage another wandering heart to come home. When you share, you partner with me. You place seed where I can send rain. If this message has steadied you and you desire to help it reach more hearts, you may also support this work so the callback can keep going. Offer what you are led to give, even through a simple super thanks. Do it only as worship, never as pressure. I see your heart. I am your source. Now, beloved, we will not only listen, we will speak together. Your amen has opened the door. Your prayer will carry you through it. Take one deep breath with me. Unclench. Open your hands as a sign of open heart. Prepare to be covered. In the next moments, I will pray over you. A callback prayer for healing, for obedience, for the new season I have set before you. Stay here. Stay tender. Your yes is heard. Your future is secure because I have already written every chapter, and now we seal this moment in prayer. My precious child, place your hand over your heart. Feel your own pulse under your palm, the steady proof that you are still here, that hope is still possible, that I have